All right, so let me share with you why I don't believe that you will get wealthy on minimum wage. And let me just start by saying this doesn't have to be the case. I'm going to point out some things that are preventing you right now from getting wealthy on minimum wage, but each and every one of these can be fixed, which is why I have dozens and dozens of videos, and I'll be making even more. And I have things down in the description below to help you, like calculators and links to articles to help you, and other YouTubers that have really pertinent information to help you. But number one, you don't respect your earnings. One of the main reasons people do not become wealthy is they do not respect money. When I was a kid, I remember people saying, respect the value of a dollar. And when you don't see money, when it's just a concept or a number on a screen, it can be hard to understand the true value of what's happening. And a lot of kids right now, and even young adults, have grown up over the last 10, 12, 15 years where when they've had access to money, credit has been cheap. We have record low mortgage rates. I mean, you can get credit cards super easy. I remember when I was a kid, in the 80s, I remember in the early 80s, getting a credit card was a gigantic deal and almost impossible to do. I can remember late 80s, early 90s, advertisements on television for getting credit cards, even if you've had a divorce. It was so incredibly hard to get credit. And now all you have to do is say, I'm in school, or fill something out, or go to the grocery store and buy a Visa card. So you don't respect your earnings. You don't respect money. You don't see the value of where you are, so you try to act like you always earn more than you do. You don't want to wait and get there the right way. You want to jump ahead. This leads to overspending because everybody is living above their means on social media. Not everyone, it's an exaggeration, but you know what I mean. People are living far above what they can, or they're using things that they bought or got given to for endorsements, and you think, that's what success is. But you know what? Social media is not real. And the sooner you realize what they put up is a character or a facade, the sooner you'll be able to break free from your limiting beliefs. Number two, you're trying to do things the way you have in the past. What you have done in the past is what has gotten you to this moment, whether for good or for bad. I heard a really great thing from Joe Brown of Heresy Financial, another YouTuber. I just heard it a couple days ago, and he said, it may not be your fault, but it's your responsibility. The reality is bad things happen. And my story I've shared before, we're normal, typical middle-class people we made a little bit more than we spent. We put about 10% in the offering plate and 10% in our bank account every month. In general, some months we couldn't, most months we could. And then God called us to adopt overseas, and it cost more than a year's salary to go and do it, but we did it. We sold everything that wasn't nailed down. We scrimped, we saved, we cleaned out our savings. We reduced ourselves to a shoelace. And we went over and we adopted our daughter, and we brought her back to our 3 biological children. And 6 months later, my husband and sole provider was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer and had no form of disability pay or insurance or anything like that because he was a paramedic working for a private ambulance that didn't provide it. So we went from making enough to pay our bills to literally $0, and we were denied any form of government assistance when it happened. So it was not our fault, but it was our responsibility to continue to feed our kids, to dig out, to get back. And now we've gotten to a place of wealth because of what we learned. Number 3, you don't believe you can. So one of the reasons that you are not getting wealthy on minimum wage is because you don't think you can. You've already written it off. So you clicked on this video to probably confirm what you always believe, that it's impossible, and you wanted to hear me say why it's impossible. And it's because of your attitude and your beliefs. Because like I just said, we decided we were going to become wealthy when we'd made $0, none, zip, zero, nada. And that was during the big recession about 15 years ago, 2005, 6, 7, 8, 9, those years. It started out okay. My husband was diagnosed with cancer right at the end of things being okay. And as he started to recover is when everything broke loose. So we were developing wealth and digging out and starting businesses and bringing in passive income when we literally did not have income. And others have done it. Robert Kiyosaki talks about being homeless. There's been people, Pursuit of Happiness. Will Smith played the part. I don't remember the actual guy's name, but it's a true story. He was homeless, and I can't even watch that movie because it's too close to what we suffered. It, like, emotionally, my husband and I, we can't handle the movie. It hurts too much. It's too many bad memories, PTSD or whatever. But we are examples of people. I mean, I'm nothing like those two, but we are an example of someone who believed that they could and so started going that way. Number 4, you aren't patient. So why I don't believe that you'll get wealth on minimum wage is you're not patient. If you are patient and continually do the right things and learn new things over time, which is part of what this channel is, I'm going to be bringing some really cool new things to you in upcoming months, stuff that I've been learning that I've kind of teased at. And I finally decided, I was afraid of people criticizing me on the YouTube channel for really laying out what it is I'm doing. And then I realized that the people I respect the most are the ones that tell me exactly how they're doing it. So I'm going to start telling you exactly how I'm doing this. And so if you will be patient, see, 15 years ago, we lived below the poverty level, and now I'm moving into wealth. Half of my life was spent learning and going to school, and the other half was spent unlearning what was jammed into me then, because it's only through unlearning what I did before that I'm now becoming successful. Everything I learned, almost everything I learned, was wrong for what I was trying to accomplish. And you have to be willing to take time and make mistakes and not be a straight A student and realize failure is okay, because in fact you need failure to grow. So the reason you are not wealthy on minimum wage is all of these things and none of these things. The reason you're not wealthy on minimum wage is because you haven't decided to change it. If you have, then you are on track to be wealthy no matter what you're earning. And yes, I do mean it. So if you want to find out more about what I'm going to be doing, click the like button so other people see it. Click the subscribe and the bell so you get notifications of my new videos. And I will be uploading what I am doing step by step right now to grow in wealth. And I'm going to have a series over the next 10 weeks, 3 times a week, talking specifically about how I'm positioning myself to simultaneously get rid of debt, build up down payments for real estate, and create passive cash flow. I'm really excited and nervous at the same time. So please, if you know people are interested in that, share that with people, because that's what I'm going to be focusing on. So you can be wealthy. It doesn't matter what you earn. It matters what you spend, and it matters your level of commitment. So if you're committed and you're ready, then let's get going, and I will see you on the next video.